I am Hayley and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be more of a sit down reading vlog type thing because I've got a mammoth of a TBR still to get through and it's almost the end of July. So this week I've decided I'm going to read 4 books from that big fat pile, and the way I'm going to be deciding them is by having a little look at which books are the highest and the lowest rated books on Goodreads. So as you can see, I've sort of gone through my summer TBR list and put it in order of highest to lowest rated. The highest 2 were both from my Kindle, which was quite surprising because I did just kind of get them on a whim with Kindle Unlimited, so I am excited to see what they're all about. And they're both kind of dark comedies, which I've been really enjoying at the minute. I did just finish Bob Mortimer's Satsuma Complex and The Hotel Avocado, so I was kind of on a mission to find more British comedian black comedy books. I don't know, it's just what I've been feeling. The 2 books at the bottom of the list. So one of them I got at the works a really long time ago. It's called Bad Publicity. I don't really know much about it, but I'll have a little look into it before I read it this week. And we've also got What a Shame by Abigail Barkstorm. So this one was surprising because I found it in the literary fiction section. So I always kind of naturally have high expectations. Yeah, I've just checked. It's got 3.46 stars, which, yes, not terrible, but I kind of just, yeah, I see literary fiction and I expect 4 stars plus. So I think I'm just going to kind of have a little read into them all and then decide which one I'm going to start off with. I've got quite a nice week ahead of me for reading. I've got my friend visiting for the weekend and we'll probably go for a nice little walk and a picnic maybe and a read. So should get some read then. I'm going to go and make a cup of tea and then have a little look into all of those books. Okay, so the book that I've decided to start with is What a Shame. This one does seem kind of weird and unsettling. So I do like a book like that. It looks very it reminds me of French Bread and Cleopatra and Frankenstein. The cover. That's the cover. There is something wrong with Matilda. She's still reeling from the blow of a gut punch breakup and grieving the death of a loved one, but that's not it. She's cried all her tears, mastered her cropos, and thrown out every last reminder of him, but that's not helping. Concerned that she isn't moving on, Matilda's friends push her towards a series of increasingly unorthodox remedies until the seams of herself begin to come undone. Okay, yeah. I've got my little mic. So, I am now on page 30 of What a Shame, and oh my god, I'm confused. I am confused. There's a lot going on. I'm not too clear on what's happening and who's who. It's well written and it's got a good sort of line that you're following, but also I'm not really following it. So last night I got to, I think, page 88 and I'm definitely enjoying it a little bit more, but I'm still not sort of gunning to pick it back up. I think my issue with it is sort of within the narrative. It's very reflective and introspective. There's not much momentum going on. I don't feel that drive to read just one more chapter. The chapters are quite short, so that does make it easier to flick through it. I'm going to keep reading and hope that I kind of start to click with it a bit more. So yeah, I've got work at 12 today. I probably won't take this book with me. I might take my Kindle and start one of the other books. As for this morning, I don't really plan on allocating any time to read, but if it happens, it happens. Alright, I'm on my break at work. I haven't read a damn thing and I'm staying another 2 or 3 hours. So that's all for today, guys. Yeah, I did also completely forget to bring my Kindle with me, so even if I wanted to, I just couldn't. Right, so we're now on Tuesday. No, well, Monday. It's Monday. And we've come for a boba, got a nice new Smisky, and we're going to go to Waterstones soon. I'm reading something very white on my Kindle, and it's a bit rubbish, I'm not going to lie. I'm not really enjoying it. This is one of the higher rated books on my TBR, so I'm shocked. but I'm going to keep reading it. It might get better. We'll see. Okay, so I just got a really exciting message from the post office that my new Kindle has arrived. So I'm going to go and pick that up, but I thought first I'd give you a little update on what I've been reading and the books that I bought. So on my Kindle at the moment, I am reading a book called, keep forgetting, The Absurd Life of Barry White. And I wasn't feeling it so much. I'm starting to get more into it. I think he's almost like, it's a coming of age, but he's 40s, just a big fat loser, and he's a bit pathetic, and he comes into a lot of money, and we're kind of at that point now, and he's deciding, am I being sensible, or like what's the vibe here? At the minute it's given like 2.5 to 3. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of sort of unnecessary jargon like with his work and rugby, and I suppose if you're into that kind of thing then this might be perfect for you, but I'm not, so maybe it's just not a Hayley read. So my best friend from home who came to visit saw me add Summer Island by Kristen Hanna to my TBR, and she was in TK Maxx and she saw it, so she picked it up for me like an absolute hero. Not gonna lie, it has been on my radar for a while. I've not actually read any Kristen Hanna, but this is giving a little bit more grown up. We're liars, maybe. I don't know, there's secrets involved. It's a mother and daughter, truth tellings. Yeah, I'm intrigued by this and I'm so excited to read it. I can't help myself. I got Night Bitch, which I've just heard of it. At home full time with her 2-year-old son, and now that's fine. She's struggling. She is lonely and exhausted. Her husband, always traveling for work, calls her from faraway hotel rooms. One more toddler bedtime, and she fears she might lose her mind. Calling me intrigued. Next, I got Lifelines, which is not a book that I would usually pick up, but I plan on going traveling in the next couple of years. So I'm really eager to sort of read more stories about people who have just literally left their life and gone somewhere else. And this guy and his wife just kind of dipped and went to live in the mountains of Greece. So I'm super excited to read this. And I love Greece and I love the mountains. So I'm just, yeah, it seemed perfect. I couldn't say no. Next, I got Meet the Newmans. This one's Jennifer Niven, and I used to really like All the Bright Places and Holding Up the Universe. It's like a TV show host family, and like kind of giving 60s Kardashians, I think, esque. I don't know. And they have a reporter write the episodes. There's a bit of a clash, it seems. So yeah. Last but not least, I did get Bob Mortimer's The Long Shoe. This is the only one of his fiction books that I'm yet to read. Like I said earlier in the video, I did give 5 stars to his 2 other books. I do want to read his autobiography as well. He is one of my favourite TV personalities. So all that being said, I'm now going to get myself ready and I'm going to head to the post office to pick up a new Kindle. I have just put on my PJs. I've been out to run some errands today and just put my PJs on, and then got that little text from DPD. So off we trot. I might be being lazy, but it's very warm outside, so I'm just going to leave my pyjama top on and change the shorts and then put a cardigan on, probably. Literally, where's the tell that it's pyjamas? Nobody needs to know. In terms of What a Shame, the other book that I was reading at the beginning of the video, this one is growing on me, definitely. I've slowed down with it. I think I'm going to read some more when I get home from the post office. But also I'm not going to ignore the fact that I've got a new Kindle on and I want to play with it. The more intriguing stuff in this story is more to do with her internal conflict rather than external conflict. To be honest, it does. It's a short book, but it still feels a little bit dragged out. Anyway, moving on, we've got more exciting things to talk about because I have got my new Kindle. I think I've had my current one like 5 or 6 years, so she has lasted me well, but I'm going to give it to my sister. This came with all the bits and pieces. It had a case. It also had a clear case, which I was really excited to decorate with some stickers. I went with the matcha green, which, yeah, like absolutely stunning colour. Couldn't believe how pretty it was. Also has a little screen protector, a charger, and it came with some stickers. But I've got a sticker book that I'm feeling like decorating with, I'm not gonna lie. This is like that Christmas Day feeling as a kid when you've got like your new electronic device and you've got to go and set it up in the living room with a cup of tea, and I'm just looking forward to doing that. So I'm gonna go and have a little play. Okay, so now that my Kindle is all set up and decorated, I'm gonna read some more of The Absurd Life of Barry White. Even though I'm enjoying this one less, I do think I'll finish it first just because it's a bit of an easier read. It's a bit more fast paced. But I am seeing myself making some progress on What a Shame tonight because I don't have much to do. I'm really not loving either book at the minute, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll kind of update you on my feelings in a little while. Seeing why this might be an enjoyable read, especially if you're a Rob Harris fan. It would make a good Zach Galifianakis movie. And a Zach Galifianakis movie isn't a book that I want to read, but for someone, it might be. So last night I finished reading The Absurd Life of Barry White. I gave it 2 stars. Kind of have this loser who lives at home with his mum. He drinks a lot, he gambles a lot, and then he's sort of starting to reassess his life when he comes into a lot of money. You kind of seeing his reaction to that and how he deals with it. But it was pretty underwhelming, I'll be completely honest. I'm going to dig into The Woman with All the Answers, which is about Alexa. And she's basically like a 62-year-old woman called Pauline, who voices Alexa. And it was another high-rated one, but so was The Absurd Life of Barry White, so we'll see. So I've got myself all changed and ready and whatnot, and I've made a cup of tea. I really want to read The Woman with All the Answers, but I think that's more just because it's on my Kindle, and What a Shame just isn't screaming at me. So I'm going to do that because follow your heart. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Okay, so it's 20 to 1 and I'm about halfway through. Yeah, I'm 50% through The Woman with All the Answers. This one has by far been my favourite of the 3 so far. It's funny, it's wholesome, and it is really quite insightful. It's got some good social commentary in it about sort of lives as teenagers in modern society, and you're seeing it from the perspective of sort of this omniscient Pauline and the mother of the teenagers. It's just a lot of very relatable experiences, and it's a very normal family, and they've got very normal but also quite niche problems. And I'm finding myself feeling quite emotional and feeling really sorry for them. But yeah, I need to run some errands. I think I'm going to take my Kindle with me, and then when I get back, I'm going to read some of What a Shame. Okay, so I'm home from my little frolic. I did buy some little baskets. I've been doing a little bit of a declutter on my shelves. I'm trying to reduce the amount of books that I've got in Nottingham, so I'm going to send some home. And that means that I've got more space on my shelves to spread my lotions and potions out. So I'm currently in the middle of doing that and decided to get these to help out the process. I'm about 85% of the way through The Woman with All the Answers, so I'll probably finish that tomorrow. I really am enjoying it. I honestly think it's quite a relevant read. I really do. It's very much down the concept of your smart devices are actually listening to you. Everyone's talking about that. But it's also just got the absolute dramas and chaos and love and everything involved in family life. And I think that has been by far my favourite part of it. And it is really, really, really beautiful read. And I definitely recommend it. As of right now, I'm going to go and sit in the living room for a little while and I'm going to read some of What a Shame. I have completely neglected that book today because, like I said earlier, I'm not really enjoying it. But I'm going to try and lock in and maybe finish it off tonight. Do you think that's possible? But also, am I embarrassing myself by saying that? Okay, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, but I have just finished What a Shame. I'm going to give this one 3 stars. I feel like the second half of the book was definitely more on the 3.5 side. I just feel like for a book this short, it shouldn't have taken me that long to become invested. But it was definitely a really interesting read, especially those last 100 pages or so. It was a very insightful story about grief and growth and kind of acceptance. It was quite a beautiful story, I'll be completely honest. I just feel like there's certain things included in the book that aren't particularly necessary. They don't hold any particular meaning. And then you've got other paragraphs that are so beautifully written, and I think I found that difficult to enjoy. At this moment in time, I am going to drink my nice fresh cup of tea and watch The Big Bang Theory before I go to sleep. So it's now Thursday, which means it's been a week since I started filming this video. And I've just finished reading The Woman with All the Answers. I'm going to give this one 4 stars. It was a really good read. It made me emotional, and I told my family about it, so I'd call that a win. I probably won't read it again. That's why it's sort of lost a star. Today, I'm going to be moving on to Bad Publicity, which is the last of the 4 books that I wanted to read this week. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get through the whole thing today, but I'm going to see if I can try. It's not too big. I'll go and grab it. It looks chunky, but I feel like the text on it's going to be quite big. Yeah, it's big text and it's like that cheesy, summery romance vibe. When Andy lands her dream job as senior book publicist, she's ready to take the world of New York publishing by storm until her first day when she discovers that her biggest author is Jack Carson, the same Jack that ruined her life at university. Yeah. At the moment, though, I'm going to go and get myself ready, have some breakfast, and try and do at least something productive before I waste the day away reading yet again. I've got my phone stood up on my water bowl, so I'm hoping I don't get any notifications right now. That would be awkward. So I'm all ready and I've done some admin bits. I'm feeling pretty productive, but it is 5 o'clock and I've read 100 pages of Bad Publicity. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm grinning. It's cheesy. It's predictable. Don't get me wrong, but I'm eating it up. I really love a book that is set within the book world, and this one is exactly that. They're kind of on a book tour, and yeah, so far this is exactly what I expected it to be. So I am excited to get further into it. I think I'm gonna go and have a little read on the balcony. Okay, so I'm on page 164, so chapter 15 of Bad Publicity. I am really enjoying this one. I'm seeing flames, and I enjoy that in a romance, obviously. It is a good exception because I don't tend to go for a romance book, but I do like to every now and then. This one is exactly the kind that I do like to pick up when I do. At the minute, I'm going to probably put this down and do something else. I've got Charmed on and I keep getting distracted by it. So possibly going to have a little paint and then pick this up again before I go to bed tonight. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock, which is quite late for me, I'll be so real, but hey ho, here we are. I'm on page 164. I'm gonna listen to some of the audiobook while I take my makeup off and get myself ready for bed, and then I'm gonna have a little bit more of a read. Oh my god, I'm absolutely smitten. This, I don't know what's in it, but I want some more. I am really tired, which is so annoying, but I think I'll get up really early and finish it in the morning. We've kind of hit that climactic point where it's like this guy, the love interest, has done something diabolical, unforgivable. Now we're about to find out a completely reasonable explanation for it all. And that's my next chapter. It's from his perspective, and I'm intrigued because it's pretty diabolical. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed and I will finish this in the morning. I'm gonna wrap it up. I have just finished reading Bad Publicity. I've given this one 4.5. It's got some really bad ratings. Like, this book should have bad publicity, really, really bad. But I really liked it. Like, it's not often that a romance has me giggling and kicking my feet, but it was almost sort of giving like Bridget Jones meets How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It was a really sweet little second chance romance. I'm not gonna lie, like, the explanation for what he did was just a bit far-fetched, but it's not losing marks on that. But yeah, I liked this one a lot. I'm so glad that I've just bashed out that much of my TBR, so I'm going to move on to I Hope This Finds You Well. I've had this one on my Kindle for quite a while now, so I'm excited to read it. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And if you saw anything on my TBR that you think I should get to quicker, let me know, because I am struggling to decide what to read next.